Welcome back to the MMA Explorers. Today, let's get started with Islam Makhachev refuses to discuss potential P4P clash with Khamzat Chimaev. At the Eagle FC press conference in Dagestan on Friday, lightweight champion Islam Makhachev was asked about the possibility of facing new UFC middleweight king Khamzat Chimaev in a future showdown for the pound-for-pound #1 spot. Makhachev quickly shut down the speculation. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like on this video to support the channel. Let's aim for 10 likes.
Were you impressed by Khamzat's performance? And another thing that Khamzat said is that the quickest way to get to #1 pound-for-pound spot is a fight against a welterweight champion. So if you were to become a welterweight champion, would you accept a fight against Khamzat? You know, right now, answering this question, I don't want to create any kind of tension between our nations. But right now I have a really difficult fight ahead of me, and we'll fight the fight and we'll see what happens. And regarding his performance, yeah, of course, he worked really well. He dominated the entire fight. He didn't necessarily force anything. He didn't even necessarily put too much behind his punches. I mean, he had the goal to become a champion. I even think that maybe if he wanted to force the issue a little more, if he wanted to pressure a little more, then he could have possibly finished him. But he definitely impressed me with the fact that he was able to take him down so easily.
Islam Makhachev wants Ilia Topuria versus Arman Tsarukyan next and predicts Arman as the likely winner. Speaking at the recent Eagle FC press conference in Dagestan, lightweight champion Islam Makhachev weighed in on potential matchups at featherweight, suggesting Ilia Topuria should face Arman Tsarukyan next.
In your opinion, what is the most proper fight at the moment right now in lightweight division? Is it between Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan? Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, if you look at historically, if you look at somebody who spots the fight, the championship fight, and makes the weight, he usually gets the title fight. Never happened that they didn't get a title fight. He proved it. I mean, everybody said that he had problem cutting weight, but he proved that he can do it, that he can go all the way down to the championship weight. So he proved the fact that he deserves the shot, and I think it's the only proper fight right now is for him to get the shot. Who do you think has more chances of winning that fight? If Arman comes out prepared and with the right mindset, then he's got more chances to win.
Aljamain Sterling goes off on Sean O'Malley after securing a dominant unanimous decision win over Brian Ortega in their UFC Shanghai co-main event. Former bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling reflected on the victory and also showed support for his teammate Merab Dvalishvili.
Do you believe one of your past opponents, Sean O'Malley, will come to featherweight as well? If so, do you have interest to have a rematch with him?
If O'Malley will come up to 145, I would love that rematch and do it the proper way when we both have a proper training camp and not just have a one-sided advantage for him going into the fight. But other than that, I'm happy. I feel like I've won just getting to watch Merab beat him twice. So that makes me happy. I'm satisfied with that. But if he ever decides to come up, I think there's a lot of history there and it'll make for good TV, and I think a lot of people would be interested to see how that fight should have really went the first time.
Dan Hooker calls out Arman Tsarukyan. Dan Hooker has his sights set on a comeback this November, and he already knows who he wants standing across from him. Speaking recently, Dan Hooker revealed he's targeting a showdown with lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan.
It just didn't work out. I'm cleared to fight in November. That fight was in October. I never even got offered that fight because I told the UFC that I don't have medical clearance. So I'm cleared for November. All he had to do was kind of sit and wait a couple of weeks. But, it's just the stars didn't lie. I want that Arman. Yep. I think he's a scumbag, monobrow loser. And I'll knee him right in I'll cave his face right in. That's on the cards. There's not a single other fighter in the top 5 or anyone ranked between me and him that even wants that fight. Like, no one, he's the #1 contender. No one gives him one.
Daniel Cormier says Brock Lesnar would be the safest fight for me. Daniel Cormier believes a clash with Brock Lesnar would present the least danger to him at this stage of his career. Speaking on Club Shay Shay, the former UFC double champ explained.
You do.
Why do you fight Brock Lesnar?
The WWE got him. The WWE took him back. That was my golden goose, man. We had that moment in the ring. I pushed him. He pushed me. WWE paid him back. They were paying Brock like $6-7 million a year, maybe 10.
Right.
You telling me, Brock, you can go fight DC and lose, or you can come back.
Who say you gonna lose?
I'm beating Brock Lesnar, man. I was beating Brock.
That was a big dude, man.
Don't
6'4".
Don't matter, dog. Shay, I was beating Brock Lesnar. It was one of the safest fights I could have had. I'm telling you, dog. That's the truth. It's just the truth. I like Brock too.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, but I watched what Kane did to him. I watched how he would react to getting punched.
Right.
And I was gonna punch him. He would have to take me down.
Right.
To win the fight, and I can wrestle.
Yeah, but he's not a wrestler. I mean, he was a wrestler.
Yeah, he
but,
was.
But
if he shoots on me, I'm gonna make it so hard for him to get that takedown that by the time he gets it,
yeah,
he's
out of
exhausted.
gas.
Now I'm up to my feet, and then you're done. That's what happened with Kane.
Yeah.
He took Kane down. Kane got up, started kneeing him in his face. I saw Brock recently. He still has that scar under his eye.
Really?
From when Kane kneed him in the face. Yep. Still got that big scar under his eye.
Jon Anik doubts Khamzat Chimaev will be ready for Abu Dhabi card in October. UFC commentator Jon Anik has expressed skepticism about Khamzat Chimaev making a quick turnaround for the promotion's next Abu Dhabi card in October. While fans have been buzzing about the possibility, Anik noted that the timeline might be too tight following Chimaev's grueling title win at UFC 319. Before we continue, help us reach our goal of 100 subscribers here on MMA Explorers. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our daily MMA content.
The UFC is going to Abu Dhabi for a pay-per-view in October. I think it is highly ambitious that Khamzat Chimaev would fight on that date, right? Tom Aspinall is fighting Ciryl Gane, but that is his home country that he represents in the octagon. And, you know, you paid a lot of money when you show up as the undisputed UFC middleweight champion. Right now, I don't know when he would fight again if he doesn't fight on that particular day. Could he fight in December when Alexander Volkanovski presumably fights Lerone Murphy? We'll get to the actual opposition, but one thing that I think has to be considered here is how active a champion Khamzat Chimaev is going to be and when we might actually see him, because he's the most electrifying force in the game in so many respects, even if this performance in the eyes of some was, not as bloody as they would like.
Let's wrap it up for the day. Thanks for watching.